are young leaders who are paving their way to make an impact in the society. There's so much to take away and learn from them on driving the change we want to see in the world and creating impact. These young stars have been associated and nurtured by 1M1B. 1M1B, 1 million for 1 billion, is a United Nations accredited not-for-profit organization. They engage young people on aspirational socio-economic opportunities and mentor them to become active change makers. 1M1B's initiatives are present in 200 plus schools, engaging 15K plus students annually with top students in schools. Please join me in welcoming Lakshya Subodh from DPS Bangalore, Madhav Malik from Jaypee Public School Noida, Nandini Raju from CHIREC International School Hyderabad, and Nikita Nambiar from Barnard School, Columbia University. Over to you, Debjani.
All right. So thank you so much, Shreya. And I have to say that done a lot of conversations, interviews, talked to a lot of leaders, but this is one session that I was both looking forward to and terribly nervous about. I mean, I am today talking to four people, four youngsters who can teach all of us um, the meaning of truly being change agents. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time in the preamble and talking about the work they're doing. I want them to talk about the work they're doing, so I'm going to just dive directly into it. And my first question is to all four of you, Madhav, Nikita, Lakshya, Nandini. you know the only silver lining that I actually see in this pandemic is that it has given us that once in an opportunity lifetime opportunity to actually pause and figure out how we want to go forward. What kind of a world do we really want, and how do we build that future? So each of you, I mean, I'm just so inspired by your stories, by what you have done, by what you are doing. To me, you stand for the power of change that we talk about, where each of you have shown that it just takes one person to start that spark, to light that spark, to start change. So, my first question, I would love for each of you to give me your perspective. We're talking about the decade, we're talking about the next 10 years, which is going to be powered by technology like we have never seen before, where we are going to see disruption like we have never seen before, innovation like we have never seen before. What is it that you would want this world, this future of ours, to stand for if you were given a choice to get one thing done? So I'll start maybe with you, Lakshya.
Yes, ma'am. So, firstly, thank you so much for this opportunity, ma'am. Thanks to you and NASSCOM for including us. To answer your question, let me begin by saying that, firstly, I am a strong advocate for youth participating in industry. I would like to see a future where no one is left behind, right? I would love to see a future where young people are participating with the industries in building the new India. For instance, let's talk about, say, Web 3.0. It has so much to offer. And the required skills are what young people really have, ranging from digital creativity to storytelling to content creators. Some things which are very common amongst all of us. We youth can supercharge the creators economy. And I think that, say, the Web 3.0 will be the future of creators. So the basic idea, or I would say the change I would like to see, is that, can we youth participate in the industry much earlier on? And, not just we youth, but say youth from tier 3 towns, youth from villages, youth from all over India, can we make, say, any such initiative in the future that is more inclusive, where people like us are a part of the discussion? I would like to contribute now rather than waiting to enter in the workforce. I would like to be a part of the India growth story now, because I imagine an India where no one is left behind. India is like, say, is full of youth potential, and just that youth need to be given the opportunity to participate in the economy, something which I really, really hope to see in the future.
Well, when I look at the work that you guys are doing and so many other youngsters, I think we lose out if you don't have the opportunity to participate. And after all, you're the ones who will be inheriting the future. So I absolutely believe that you should have every right in figuring out how it shapes. That's a wonderful and very powerful thought, Lakshya. Thank you. I'll move on to you, Nandini. What's the one thing you want to see change?
So even I would like to really thank you for this opportunity to express our ideas on this platform. So the journey from the farm to our tables is an increasingly complicated one. Food is a big business with supply chains crisscrossing across the globe, technology infusing every link, and production being higher than ever. Yet, it is estimated that 60% of India's population will experience severe food deficiencies by 2050. Many of the practices that were designed to feed the planet have produced unintended consequences, from widespread deforestation to water pollution to the destruction of the very soil beneath our feet. Hence, one change I would like to see is the use of sustainable farming methodologies, such as zero-budget natural farming. Imagine a world where one can use locally sourced inputs like cow dung, cow urine, and plant organic matter by totally avoiding the use of inorganic fertilizers and pesticides. The practice is not only environmentally friendly, but also cost effective, owing primarily to the use of easily available low-cost farm inputs.
Wow, excellent. Madhav, I'll move on to you. Your one wish.
Yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So if I think in the future, I want people would be able to collaborate and give back to the society. No matter what their interests or area of work might be, we as responsible citizens should always keep service to the community at the forefront, such that to help the underserved people. This way, we would be able to promote inclusion in a true sense. Irrespective of one's caste, creed, or race, people should collaborate to deliver change. We presently define success as the possession of materialistic assets. However, one should be equally vocal and active about giving back to the society. To bring change, you have to be the change.
Absolutely. And Nikita, last word, last answer from you on this topic.
So my fellow panelists answered very well. And I'm just going to echo off of what Lakshya said, actually. So to start off with, I just want to say that change and what it means to bring change is very subjective. And the magnitude of the change that we create is also varied, right? We like to think that you only create change if you've done something that has tremendous impact. But sometimes that's not the case. Just, changing from, cows using dairy to using oat milk, small change that could affect the way that, it can affect the day-to-day cycle of our life. But the change that I want to talk about right now is youth involvement, like Lakshya said, but from a different angle. So when I think about my own personal journey to starting my nonprofit, I started very young, when I was 14. And it was hard to take a 14-year-old seriously. I mean, imagine this small child coming up to you with a piece of paper saying, I want to help the prison system in India. I want to make it better. You wouldn't take that small voice seriously. But I was able to have such an impact, scaling from 15 prisoners to over 100 because of the people who listened, because of the people who accepted my word and trusted in me and in my thoughts. And so today, to the listeners, what I want to say is, I hope that we, the young people on this panel, the young people in your life, I hope we're listened to. I hope that our voices are heard and our actions resonated with. And hopefully the messages that we convey, like in today's panel, don't fall on deaf ears. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for giving us youth the voice to be able to tell our thoughts freely. It's greatly appreciated.
So the one key takeaway as an adult, as the adult on the panel, is that we have to work much harder towards becoming better listeners.